when you see these two players, I like to compare them because Christian Pulisic is devastating one-on-one. But I don't know that he's as comfortable or confident on the ball as Sergino Dest. In fact, Herc, I'm struggling to think of any American player I've seen so comfortable on the ball. And I'm not talking about the willingness to run one-on-one. That a lot of guys have. I'm talking about the fact that this dude is doing spin moves in his own half, 20 yards from his own goal, and most of the time wriggling out of it. I mean, who's the last American player that you can think of who is that, not just comfortable, but confident on the ball?
That arrogant on the ball, and it's Clint Dempsey. Clint Dempsey could do whatever he wanted on the ball, and you couldn't tell him anything. This is different because he doesn't have that, and I don't want to say arrogance, that swagger, that confidence to him like Clint does, but he's got this confidence about him that he's very comfortable in his skin and with his game. Listen, Greg Berhalter said he told him, Sergino Dest told Greg Berhalter he was going to score tonight. That blows my mind when you've got less than that many, a handful of games for what is the U.S. men's national team or any national team for that matter, and you tell the senior coach, hey, by the way, tonight I'm scoring. I know that I'm playing as a defender. I know that I'm playing in a different position, opposite foot, if you will, coming inside, but I'm going to score tonight. It speaks volumes of his confidence, and I agree. Maybe Christian isn't that confident player per se, but Christian's still a very, very devastating player to play against.
All right, so he calls his shot by telling his coach he's going to score, but somehow you say that he doesn't have the swagger. Certainly, Sergino Dest does have the swagger. Let's talk a little tactics on Dest.
The Clint Dempsey swagger.
Okay, right. Another level. A guy who's willing to try, you know what. But Dest
is willing to fight you to prove it.
Dest positionally as the right wing back, he's super advanced. We just saw the heat map for Dest. He was the left back in a back four today, but because it's such a weak Jamaica side, he's basically got the freedom of a left wing back there so he can do that. When the U.S. plays like a proper World Cup contending team, do you see Sergino Dest as the left back in a back four, or is that when we see him in that Barcelona role?
I think we're going to get to see different levels of Sergino Dest, whether it's a back four or whether it's in a line of five as a wing back, three center back rotation for Greg Berhalter, because he's got that facet to his game, that level of comfort. What worries me is it doesn't matter if it's a back four or if it's a line of five, three center backs and two wing backs, is he's going to get up high because that's his game. He's not a defender. He's not a left back or right back that's going to excel defensively. You want him impacting the opposite end of the game. And like we saw tonight, your center backs are pushed up high and oftentimes left 1 versus 1. So you have to take care of the ball. If you don't take care of the ball, and we've seen it many a times, it's right back down your throat. And these center backs are left in a very precarious position. And Sergino Dest, for all that he is good, he is not an actual defender. You do not want him defending 1v1. That's not his bread and butter. You want him up the field and creating.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.